Hello, Internet. This is Frank the Vamp, and welcome to World Cinema Reviews. Now, we're gonna finish the Vengeance Trilogy today, and I'm going to finally talk about Sympathy for Lady Vengeance, and we're gonna finally get straight which film. I'm gonna do a little retrospect at the end to see which film I like the best out of all three, and you already know All Boy is my favorite actually. So we're gonna get to know which one I like second, which one I like third, and I'm gonna explain to you very well why. But let's talk about Sympathy for Lady Vengeance, man. What an awesome film! I love this film, and this is once again directed by the master of horror, Park Chan-Wook, and it's starring Lee Young-e and Choi Min-sik. And let's talk about the plot. I'm gonna once again try not to spoil too much. There may be some spoiling because I have to set up the story, and it's all about the storytelling. Once again, I don't have to remind you how Park Chan Wook, such a master of telling stories, tells you the I will say besides Oh Boy, the second most shocking, and the ending is so well, let's talk about the ending a little bit later. Let's talk about the plot. Can't wait. All right, the plot. Lee Jung-ja, she's in prison for killing a little boy, and in jail, this lady acts very kind-hearted. In fact, she's later known as kind-hearted Jung-ja because she's just so kind-hearted. She treats other prisoners with love, respect. She sticks up against the bully that's doing horrible things to other prisoners. She, in fact, I think she donates a kidney to somebody. I mean, she's such a awesome lady, man. I mean, and she's so young and beautiful looking, and because of her behavior and everything, she gets early released from jail from a long prison sentence that she was originally set up to serve. And she, after serving her sentence, you get to know a little bit of what really happened. And turns out that she aided on the kidnapping by, and she's not the real murderer. It's implied. There's this Mr. Bike, which is later to find out this is the real. Well, let just it's not a big spoiler because it's implied that she's an accessory. She's not the real killer. The real killer is Mr. Bike. That's not the gist of this film. So I'm gonna spoil that. But Mr. Bag, it's a complete bastard, cynical, horrible murderer, scum of the earth, and Choi Min Sik's acting alone, you know, he's so disgusting. You really want to go in and do. You really want to. I don't know what you want to do to the screen. You're yelling things at this guy because he's such a scum of the earth. Basically, it's found that he basically forces Jung-ja to do this because he threatens to kill his the newborn daughter of Jung-ja if she doesn't help him, kidnap that little boy, and apparently it's implied that he's the one that murders her. She was forced to do it because of the circumstances, and as soon as she's released, she's seeking revenge. Now you would think that I spoil a whole bunch of things in the film, and just this is just about a 20%. The other 80%, it's gonna be um, the revenge. She hates this guy. Everybody hates this guy. This guy wants to kill her too. So basically this lady has been forced to serve a prison sentence on his behalf, and she really abandons her kind-heartedness to execute some revenge. And here comes where I stop talking, and I'm gonna just leave you with a food for thought. Okay, this film basically is about if someone would have done, if someone would have committed murder one of your children, and you could do anything to this person, anything, what would you do? That question alone is so powerful that I don't need to say anymore. The ending of this film is so shocking and disturbing that it has changed my way of thinking about the whole trilogy. At first, I was originally saying, "Oh boy, still my number one." Second one, I thought it was Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, but no, now it's Sympathy for Lady Vengeance. Why? Because the story and the question posted is just so powerful that it Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance is still an awesome film, but went to number 3 on my list. Number 1, Oh Boy. Number 2, Sympathy for Lady Vengeance. And number 3, Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me. Don't start saying, "Oh, how could you?" No, I understand that most reviewers actually appreciate Oh Boy, and then they appreciate Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. There's some people that actually may argue that Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance may be the best one. I mean, certainly there's some qualities to it that I appreciate, but it's just that question. It's just disturbing, and the more I think about it, the more it disturbs me, and I'm pretty sure it's disturbing you. And the ending of this film, like I said, it's so disturbing. I can't talk about it, but it posted a moral question. It posed a question of what would you do if you were in those shoes, and it's something that you don't ever want to answer, but and it tells you about what it leaves. Is it satisfying? You know, is revenge the answer? I would say 100% no. And I think that Park Chan-Wook did a great job telling you about this. However, revenge on the screen, fascinating to watch. That's for sure. Um, just to close up the whole trilogy, is this film is so awesome. I recommend you to watch it. I know a lot of people dumps on it. Some people say, "Oh, this is by far the worst of the trilogy." Blah 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 blah. I heard it all. Don't believe it, man. Go watch it for yourself. Watch it all throughout. Watch the ending, man. Tell me what you think. Come back and tell me what you think, please. If you've seen this film, you like my review, awesome. If you don't, tell me why. If you like it, also tell me why. Um, I'm curious to know. This is a great film, but to me, it made an impression on me. I'll never forget it. Um, right after I watched Old Boy, I went to see this one next, and it impressed me so much. And now that I prepared to do this video, I thought about it again, and I definitely prefer it as number 2. So, what else can we expect on World Cinema Reviews coming up? We're gonna do um, more reviews. I think Guillermo del Toro's next. We're gonna do some of his movies. We're gonna do a little bit Latino, on some Spanish and horror films. So I've done some Italian, I've done some Asian. It's time to do a little some. I even done a British film, so it's time to do that. There may be some other guilty pleasures coming up. So watch the trilogy. Watch Sympathy for Lady Vengeance. If you're only going to watch one, watch Old Boy, please. It's required viewing, all right? Take care, enjoy yourself, and be kind to each other. Be blessed.